Electric Plumbing and Construction, Griffin Insurance, Pizza Cottage, and New Directions Domestic Violence Support Center.
This is Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction High School Basketball on WMVO.
Tonight's game also live streaming with video on the WMVO Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Now, let's go courtside for the call of tonight's action.
And a good evening to you. It is high school basketball tonight from the Hive as the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets and the Centerburg Trojans will do battle tonight. And the season opener for both teams. We got him back. Mo Bircher's with us. I'm Todd Mathias. After a thrilling game to start off the season last night where we saw the Fredericktown Freddies just absolutely surprise everybody with a shot there at the buzzer with Callie Carpenter. We ourselves are looking for another exciting night for high school basketball tonight, and it should be really fun. But, Bo, you know, though you didn't call games with us last year, you were still immersed with basketball. Just your thoughts on kind of where we stand with high school basketball. A little different than maybe we were before, but it's fun to get back behind the mic for you.
Oh, no, yeah. It is great to be back behind the mic. Yeah, last year spent a lot of time around the KMAC helping out Centerburg with a lot of their athletic directing department. But it was good to be around a bunch of the teams still and still kind of pick up on some of the players that I remember from the radio days. So it was always good. And like you said, Carpenter last night, always a really good basketball player. I mean, great players make great plays and great moments. So that's what you expect to see. And hopefully we see some kind of great moments tonight.
She got her 1,000th point in that ball game that hit a game-winning three at the buzzer, so it was a lot of fun. We're expecting a fun one here tonight. Centerburg Trojans last year, they ended the year on an 8-game losing streak. Bring back some core pieces, as does Mount Vernon. But again, both these teams looking to get a little bit of depth and develop some depth throughout the season. So we're going to hear from Nick Kuhn, the head boys basketball coach at Mount Vernon, and John Marhefka, Centerburg boys cubbage coach, next. It's Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction High School Hoops on WMVO. WMVO, we're at the Hive tonight, opening up the boys' half of the season. Of course, we had a buzzer beater last night on the girls' side, which was pretty cool over at Fredericktown. But boys' basketball, we open at the Hive, pretty much like we do every single year. Centerburg and Mount Vernon, 10th year that Nick Kuhn has been leading the way in this first game. Of course, last year when these two teams met, you weren't here. You were sick and couldn't be here. What's it like to be able to be healthy and be ready for this opening night here at the Hive?
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited to get going. Our group's put in a lot of work through the off season and into the preseason, so we're excited to play somebody where the games matter and a lot of people are in the stands, so definitely excited.
We talked about it on Monday, a little bit about your team. Tell us a little bit about the makeup of this team, some of the names that people will hear. Of course, you got a number of guys coming back.
Yeah, 4 core guys coming back, and Nikos Giacomas, Quentin Rowland, Isaiah Collimber, and Zane Barber. And then trying to figure out the rest as we go. But all of our group has really invested in each other, so we're excited to get going.
Of course, you guys like to get out and run. Nothing's really changed in that regard, right?
Yeah, we're looking to be opportunistic in transition before the defense can set up. So, but it all starts on the defensive end.
So when you look at a game like this tonight against Centerburg, and you played this game a number of times now, it is so awesome here in Knox County. This place is packed. I knew there wasn't going to be a lot of parking spots when I got here. How cool is this to play a team in the county to open up the season?
Yeah, anytime there's an atmosphere, it's great for the kids, and that's what it's all about, high school athletics. The majority of guys, this is as far as they get. So their experience is what matters, and nobody has as good of an experience as when the gym's full and there's a lot of energy. So, awesome to see, and we're excited to get out there and play in front of our fans.
You look at this game against Centerburg. What do you see with this Centerburg team? They got a couple of guys coming back too, and what do you guys need to do to get the win here at home?
Yeah, we know they'll be well coached. Coach Marhefka does a good job there. They got some guys with some experience, and then they're kind of in the same boat trying to figure out the rest of it. But game ones, and really any time with us, our main focus is on us and trying to do the things that we need to do to be successful, and that starts with defense and rebounding, and then hopefully turns into our offense being opportunistic.
All right, again, Nick Kuhn, head boys basketball coach of the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets. Centerburg, Mount Vernon coming up here on WMBO. John Marhefko with the Centerburg Trojans against Mount Vernon here coming up. And, Coach, you look at it, you open the season here tonight, boys high school basketball. Let's talk a little bit about your team. What do you guys I mean, you have a couple guys coming back just like Mount Vernon does. Still trying to figure out your depth a little bit too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a early part of the process right now, early in the year, getting in that transition from fall sports to winter sports. But I'm pretty excited about our guys. They get a chance to play in front of the community, a local community school, and it should be good. We'll see if we can get out there and compete.
Yeah, you look at your team. It doesn't look like you have a whole lot of size, but you want to try to get out and run to offset the lack of size, maybe.
We'd like that. It just depends on how we can handle the ball and not turn it over. That's if you want to run, you got to be sharp and crisp. So if we come out and we're working at it, that'll be good.
You look at this game against the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets. On paper, they say, well, Mount Vernon should never lose this game. They're the higher division things, but it's always a battle here. And you guys have lost the last couple of years. But what do you see with this Mount Vernon team and what you guys need to do to get a road win tonight?
Well, they're pretty strong, and they got a lot of returning, good experience. We're going to have to handle the ball and handle their pressure, make sure we stop some of their play. Quentin Rowland will get inside. Eisen Cullenberg, he'll be a pretty good shooter. Zane Barber gets out in transition. So they've got a lot of weapons, so we got to hopefully work with our game plan and stick with it.
You think about a game like this, how important is it to get a win, or is it simply, hey, let's find out about our team a little bit tonight, even if you lose the basketball game in a non-conference ball game?
I think everybody, we focus on the process, not so much the winning and the result. Because if you go in results driven, that's kind of tough. So we're working on our process and hopefully doing it our way and doing it the right way, the character way that we talk about will get us the result that we're working for. But we do have to learn about ourselves.
All right, Centerburg, Mount Vernon coming up here on WMVO.
New Directions, the Domestic Violence Shelter and Rape Crisis Center of Knox County, served more than 600 individuals in 2023. It could be a family member, a coworker, or a friend. It takes a community to break the cycle of violence. To learn more about how you can support New Directions in connecting and strengthening our community, visit our website, www.newdirectionsknox.org, or call our 24/7 hotline at 740-397-HELP.
Welcome back. We're here at the Hive alongside Bo Bircher, Gary Cooper with 2 R's running a camera, and we've got Delaney with us as well, and that's with an L. All right, we appreciate them joining us here. All right, Mount Vernon and Centerburg, and quickly as we go through here, Centerburg last year finished their season 8-15. They lost their last 8 games, but they dealt with the injury to Grayson Reynolds, so got to look at those young guys and get them some experience. Meanwhile, Mount Vernon 10-13. They were just 5-7 here at home last year, so both these teams coming into tonight looking to open the season with something to prove.
Yeah, like you said, when I first came around here to the Columbus area watching high school basketball, this is a big game. They always play it right before Thanksgiving. It's not a technical rivalry, but there's still some bad blood. But if you're Mount Vernon, like you said, this is a big game to kind of put your foot down and start, like a home campaign at home, because you can't lose at home. You want those games. You don't want to go on the road. There's tough environments. But if you're Centerburg, like you said, you're a young team, but you're a little bit top-heavy with seniors, so you're hoping to maybe prove something tonight here at the road game.
Well, for the Centerburg Trojans, again, they're going to have to find out who's the go-to guy with no Grayson Reynolds. And then for Mount Vernon, they kind of have that already in place. But once again, it is going to be Centerburg and Mount Vernon. We'll get the starting lineups opening tip. It's coming up next on the WMVO Facebook page live streaming and WMVO on the radio, presented by Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction. Also brought to you in part by Griffin Insurance and Pizza Cottage. Centerburg and Mount Vernon boys hoops here tonight from the Hive in Mount Vernon on WMVO. And we appreciate you joining us. Again, you can listen on the radio if you don't want to watch it online, but of course we have it live streaming on our WMVO Facebook page, and a lot of people like to do that. But we'll get you the starting lineups and the opening tip here coming after the break. It's Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction High School Hoops on WMVO.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Pizza Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community, offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
Once again, we are here at the Hive along with Bo Bircher. I'm Tyler Mathias. First game for both the Centerburg Trojans and the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets here tonight as the Trojans and Jackets try to get off on the right foot. Presented by Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction, brought to you in part by Griffin Insurance, Pizza Cottage as well here tonight. Well, looking at it for the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets, the home team here, coached by Nick Kuhn. He is in his 10th year as the head boys basketball coach here for the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets. And for them, you slide a guy in. He was your sixth man last year, and Zane Barber. He'll start, the 6'1" junior. Nikos Giacomas, 5'10" senior, will also start the backcourt. Isaiah Colliber, 6'3" senior. 6'4" sophomore, Trace Beck, the team's tallest player. And Quentin Rowland, you expect a lot out of him tonight. 6'3" senior also starting. For the visiting Centerburg Trojans, playing ball, a 5'9" junior will start alongside Bennett Hill, who's a 5'9" senior. He was injured to begin last year, and looking for a lot from him this year. Jack Lawrence, he's a 6'1" senior. Isaiah Suley, a 5'10" senior. And Trevin Harris. Harris is a 6'2" senior. He'll wear number 23. Suley, 13. Jack Lawrence, 10. Bennett Hill, 5. Blaine Ball, 3. Zane Barber's number 3. Nikos Giacomas, number 5. Isaiah Colliber, 21. Trace Beck, 24. And Quentin Rowland, number 35. Well, this is an exciting time here for high school basketball. We just saw the JV team from Mount Vernon dominate in that one. And you look back to last year, Quentin Rowland was monstrous. He had 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Zane Barber had 10 points, and Isaiah Colliber had 15. So you look at it right there. There's 45 of the 58 points for Mount Vernon last year, and they're coming back here against the Centerburg Trojans, who the last couple of years that they have played, they've only been scoring about in the 30s. Mm-hmm. And so if you're the Centerburg Trojans, you got to score the basketball, but you've got to defend, and it's going to be hard because Mount Vernon likes to get out and run.
No, it's true. Centerburg really does need to find an identity on offense. I feel like the last 2-3-ish years, like you said, they've been kind of not even sputtering, but just they don't put the ball in the basket. They get good chances, they move the ball well, but like you said, we got to find out who's going to be that guy that takes charge and puts the ball in the basket. Is it going to be Harris? Is it going to be Soule? Is it going to be Lawrence? I know Lawrence is known for his defense, but we need somebody to step up and score here for the Trojans.
Well, Centerburg and Mount Vernon will wear. Back in the day, I want to just tell you, back in the day, we did radio, and you had to tell what the teams were wearing. A lot of people now are watching on a live stream. But for those who are listening on the radio, Mount Vernon is wearing their home whites with the red and black, or the orange and black trim, with the orange numbers trimmed in black. And for Centerburg, it's the road grays.
New jerseys.
Yeah, I haven't seen these
nice.
before.
I like them a lot.
White numbers trimmed in red. Is Centerburg across the front. It'll be Mount Vernon across the front in solid orange for the Jackets. Centerburg Trojans. Isaiah Suley with the knee brace to begin here. Good to see Bennett Hill being able to start the season after the shoulder injury hurt him last year. And expecting big things from Quentin Rowland from the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets. Isaiah Colliber, a couple of guys that had had bigger roles last year, but
Yeah.
really hyping up and needing some big points for them this year. So Trevin Harris will jump opposite. Looks like probably Quentin Rowland to
That's what I was
begin
gonna
here.
assume. I was
Now
gonna
we're
guess.
on the base. We're at the end line here, up in the booth. So we'll see everything from that. It's a
It's a nice
pretty
different angle.
Yeah, pretty packed house here tonight. It is Centerburg and Mount Vernon. So it will actually be Trace Beck that will jump opposite Trevin Harris, and it will be won by Centerburg. Sully will control it into the front court, and Centerburg will get it first against the zone defense. Now Bennett Hill with the basketball, throws across court. Sully on the right wing
Yeah,
with the
looking for
basketball ball.
3-2.
Yeah, you surprised by that? Here's a jumper by Lawrence. Off the bottom of the rim, a rebound, pulled down, and now a push. Giacomas up the floor. Barber dribbles the left baseline, stripped by Sully, and they're going to get Sully on a foul and going to the free throw line. Now, you know, it's one play. We're 21 seconds into the ballgame. That's exactly what Mount Vernon wanted to do, get up and down the floor, and then they draw the foul.
Yeah, like you said, a little bit surprised by the zone defense, but the thing is, they're going to sit in it until you prove, to them wrong to go play man. But the one good thing about the zone defense, you rebound the ball, you can get out quick. And like you just saw right there,
Yeah.
if they keep that up, that's a good pace to get up the floor.
Well, both of these teams kind of lack size. The free throw good by Barber, but the Jackets get out and push, get the first points. Another free throw. This one nothing but nylon for Barber, and a little pressure from Barber against Sully as the Centerburg Trojans trail it 2-0. Jackets get a bucket. And Jack Lawrence into the front court, tries to go to Trevin Harris, knocked away by Giacomas. Giacomas into the front court, stops at the head of the key, leaves it for Rowland. Rowland dribbles left of the lane, double team, tries to kick it out. Right wing, Barber fakes a three, dribbles right of the lane, and throws it away. He's looking for Trace Beck. Beck moved up, and they were expecting him to move down, so a turnover for the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets.
Just didn't have a feel for his teammate in the corner, didn't know he was going to pop up instead of go down. First game of the year.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
7:18 to go opening quarter. 2-0 Jackets with the lead. Trojans with the basketball. Lawrence still in the backcourt. Now gives it Blaine Ball. Blaine Ball with it for Centerburg. Now Sully, head of the key. Dribbles and drops underneath. Poked away. Right into the hands of Trevin Harris. Harris on the right block. Puts it up with the right hand. Up and no good. Tipped around. Eventually picked up by Collimber. And Collimber to push. Trojans had a golden opportunity there, but miss it. Collimber back behind him. Here's the three. Beck up. It is off the rim, but a rebound. Barber had a stick back right of the rim.
That's one of the toughest threes, that in and out three. It's the lowest percentage three that goes in, but way to crash the boards for Barber. And hey, 2 more points.
Centerburg's got to get a body on him in the corner. They go Bennett Hill. Hill bounces back up for Blaine Ball. 4-0 Jackets to lead. 6:38 to go in the opening quarter. Ball down to Sully, head of the key against this zone. Now at the foul line, jumper up by Lawrence, and there he gets it to go. That's exactly how you attack it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, you'll take those all day, a charity stripe jumper.
4-2 Jackets to lead. 6:25 to go opening quarter here. Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction High School Basketball. Isaiah Collimber into the front court. Collimber double teamed in the left wing. Now gives it Giacomas near center court. Right wing to Barber. Barber dribbling right to the lane. Now throws it out for Beck. Beck back to Barber. Barber with the basketball. Knocked away off his leg. It looks like should go back to Centerburg, and it does. And Nick Kuhn can't believe it. From our angle, it did look like it went off of Barber's leg. And Centerburg gets the basketball.
I think he just wanted more of a definitive call. It didn't look like the refs kind of knew right away what they wanted, so just, that just frustrates you.
Ball with the basketball. Now to Lawrence, to Sully. 6:05 to go opening quarter. 4-2. Jackets the lead. Trojans the basketball against his zone defense. Sully into the lane. Nice feed and a finish right of the rim. Little touch pass. Trevin Harris finishes right of the rim up the pass from Lawrence.
You beat a zone by passing. You can't really dribble through it. So right there, if you pass so quick, they can't rotate. That was
Barber
beautiful.
goes inside against some contact, finishes right of the rim, and that was a quick answer. And how about Zane Barber early?
Well, right now, it's Zane Barber 6, Centerburg 4, and Mount Vernon 6. But come out with some offense. You got to love it.
Zone defense for the Jackets, 6-2 Jackets. And another touch pass inside for Trevin Harris. Dribbles, gets double team near the baseline, flips it up and in right of the rim. And that's a good move by Trevin Harris.
Yeah, that was just the Mikan drill. I bet you he practices that with Marhefka every day.
Collimber with it, game tied at 6, 5:20 to go in the opening quarter. Now gives it for Beck, and he is fouled by Sully. I think that's Sully's second foul, if I'm correct. And again, this is a team in Centerburg that doesn't have a ton of depth, but they're going to bring in Miles Marshall, the 6'1 sophomore. They come into the ballgame. Had an excellent season in football. And he comes in. Remember, he got that start last year as a freshman.
Yeah.
And Marhefka said, I didn't tell him until right before the game. Quentin Rowland in the lane, double team. Now gets out of it, and a foul on Jack Lawrence. And to the stripe goes Rowland. Second time Mount Vernon's gone to the stripe. Game tied at 6, 5:13 to go in the opening quarter. But we talk about the fact that there's a lack of depth really for both teams on the bench. you can try to develop that throughout the year, but you got to avoid foul trouble.
Yeah, like you said, avoid foul trouble, especially a senior like Sule. He can move the ball. He can do pretty much every spot on the floor. So having him down for possibly the whole first half, with 2 fouls, we'll see how Marhefka coaches it. But it's going to be interesting to see how they go into this bench really early.
Free throw was good by Rowland. They're showing on the board that they gave it to Lawrence, but I don't see how that could have happened anyway. Free throw is up and good. 8-6 Jackets, 5:10 to go in the opening period. Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction High School hoop. Still in the backcourt. Lawrence gives it back to Bennett Hill. He races into the front court. Bennett Hill drops it down for Lawrence. Goes inside, flips it up with the left hand. Too strong. Rebound is pulled out there by Giacomas. Nice push to Barber. Barber, the left of the rim, finishes, and he's fouled. Zane Barber. What a start by Barber here tonight.
I mean, it's incredible. And like we said, they're getting out and pushing the ball. I mean, this is becoming a track meet right now for Mount Vernon. I would say they're taking 4 to 5 seconds to get the ball from their end of the court to this end of the court. And, hey, it's working right now. You get shots from 2 feet away from the bucket, you're going to be successful.
One of the things that I recognized there was that Ball kind of hesitated to go after the ball and played back because it's a toss-up. Do you try to play back at a team that's going to run, or do you go after the basketball? So free throw is good by Barber.
I noticed that, too. It's kind of like that 50-50, do I stay or do I go?
Yep. No, it didn't work out either way.
No.
11-6 Jackets. And now the ball tipped away by Mount Vernon, and Nick Kuhn is saying, hey, nobody touched it. But they are.
Well, unless he's throwing curveballs, I don't know how that ball would have went out of bounds.
That did not look like it touched Colliber's hand. Bennett Hill with it. He gives it up for Blaine Ball. Trojans right now trailing 11-6 with the basketball. 4:45 to go in the opening quarter. Stops in the left wing now between the circles. Bennett Hill against this zone. Now Ball drops it on the left elbow. Lawrence, right point 3. Bennett Hill sets it up, and he's too strong. Rebound, Trace.
Good board.
As Trace Beck gets it. Now he throws it away, and here's Trevin Harris. Is he going to dunk it? Nope, He lays it up and in right to the rim. And Trevin Harris gets the Trojans back within 3 now. And inside Collenberg. Stops in the left block, tries to kick it out, gets on the right wing. Head of the key, Quentin Rowland, open 3, up, and it'll rattle around and in. Hit the front of the rim, and he got it to go.
The kind roll off the front of the rim.
14-8 right now. Mount Vernon in the lead. This is the kind of the pace we expected.
Trap.
And now a travel called on Blaine Ball. Now you're seeing some substitutions. Coleman's going to come into the ball game for Mount Vernon. Hempfield into the ball game for the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets. And also coming in, Jalen Kirkbride is into the ball game. So we didn't know about the depth, but here's 3 guys. And again, if you want to run like Mount Vernon wants to do, you're going to have to use some guys off the bench.
Yeah, you're going to have to be 8 or 9 deep.
Head of the key. They give it up. Left wing 3, up by Coleman. No, check that out. Collenberg, he misses. Rebound. It's the Trojans push with Miles Marshall now to Trevin Harris. 14-8. Jackets the lead. Trojans the basketball. 3:48 to go in the opening quarter. Miles Marshall on the right wing looking for help. Flips it at the head of the key. Now left wing. Bennett Hill into the left corner. Jack Lawrence. He is fouled by Kirkbride, the 6'1 senior. And it'll be the first foul in the Jackets. 3:40 to go opening quarter. Jackets lead at 14-8.
Yeah, Centerburg got lucky there. Got it into the corner. That's usually the trap area, especially with the zone. Jack Lawrence just being tough, fights through it, and we'll see what they can do with this extra possession here.
Blaine Ball has on the right point, right wing to Trevin Harris. Bounces back for Blaine Ball. Now to Harris on the right wing as they play catch. 14-8 Jackets. Inside off the baseline. Ball poked away, picked up by Barber. Had a push, tries to get it up the floor, knocked away. And then Bennett Hill has it. And then wrong place, wrong time for Coleman, who gets nailed with the foul as he bumps into Bennett Hill. 3:24 to go opening quarter. Trojans to basketball, trailing by 6.
Yeah, like you said, wrong place, wrong time, kind of just ran into him. But right now I'm seeing a little bit of hesitant with, the 50-50 balls of Centerburg. It's going to be interesting to see if they get on those more because that's how they're going to claw their way back into this game.
Bennett Hill has it on the right wing, throws it cross court now to Blaine Ball. Now inside Jack Lawrence, left corner 3, up by Trevin Harris. He's too short, rebound, knocked around by Hempfield, and he knocks it out of bounds on the sideline. So Centerburg will retain possession. I'm not sure they really want Trevin Harris shooting that one, but he was open in the corner.
Yeah, no, you're right. We like him going to the basket more, not, shooting threes, but from here and there, if he can drop 1 or 2 in, that'd be very helpful for this Centerburg offense.
Marshall gives it inside, ball poked away, trying to get the ball, and now Isaiah Collenberg will push into the front court. Centerburg and Mount Vernon up and good, right of the rim, and an offensive foul, never mind. Isaiah Collenberg gets hit. Nick Coon didn't like it, thought there was a little acting job. And look, there is an emphasis on flopping. I was talking with Tim Street last week about this, and I said, was anything changing about high school basketball? He said, well, there is an emphasis on the flopping thing. So I don't know if that was necessarily a huge flop, but nevertheless, 14-8, Jackets a 6-point lead, 2:52 to go opening quarter. Bennett Hill pushing at Centerburg, a little lull here offensively. As the Centerburg Trojans now have Carter Roadback in the ball game, and he gives it in the corner. Making a three is Marshall. Now Bennett Hill has it, dribbles head of the key. 2:37 to go opening quarter, and a 6-point lead for the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets. At the foul line, turning around Trevin Harris. He pulls up for a jumper and got it.
There it is.
14-10.
We've seen that kind of work twice, where they get the ball at the charity stripe right at the elbow, and 2 for 2 on those jumpers. They need to keep working that way.
Collenberg inside. Collenberg bumped by Trevin Harris as Collenberg goes down, and a foul going to be called on Harris. 2:22 to go here in this opening period, and a 14-10 Mount Vernon lead here.
8 fouls already, first quarter. That's
well, we may not be getting.
That's usually a lot.
And I heard it's sleeting outside, plus the fouls. We may not be getting back home until about midnight tonight. And the game's at Mount Vernon. And we're not going to Shelby, though, on Friday night, like the Danville Blue Devils, though, will be right here on WMBO. Not live streaming, though. And Collenberg will go to the free throw line. Again, a guy in Collenberg, 15 points in the matchup last year against Centerburg, buries the first one. He's a guy, there's a lot of expectation for him. And now you see mass substitutions here.
Line sub here.
Yeah, got Rollins back in the ball game, Beck's back in, Giacomis is back in, and for the first time tonight,
and I think he's
Luke McDonald's in.
I think McDonald.
He's going to come in.
Shooter.
Yeah, he's coming in for Collenberg. Luke McDonald.
Yeah, they are going for the 5 for 5 hockey line change.
Free throw up and good by Collenberg. He comes out of the ball game. So right now for Mount Vernon, it will be Giacomis, Quentin Rowland, Hempfield's out there, as well as 15 McDonald and Trace Beck. And for Centerburg, Robeck, Lawrence, Bennett Hill, Trevin Harris, and Miles Marshall. Into the front court, Bennett Hill has the basketball. Bounces now for Miles Marshall. Looks inside. Good feed. Robeck, though, misses right of the rim. And going the other way, the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets quickly pushing. Robeck missed it there. Here's a three. Up by Beck, and it's off the front of the rim. A rebound. Nice job by Trevin Harris to grab it. Pushes quickly. Now pulls it back out. $1:55 to go opening quarter. Trojans down by 6 with the basketball. Trevin Harris back behind him. No, he fakes it to Bennett Hill. Dribbles on the right wing. Now looks inside. Throws it for Marshall. Not a good one. Knocked away, picked away by McDonald. Now a push for the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets and Trace Beck. Beck has struggled from beyond the arc so far. Now McDonald gives it up Giacomis. Left wing, an open look for Rowland. Instead he goes inside, tries to knife in, and a blocking foul called on Jack Lawrence.
Well, like you were talking about the flopping earlier, so if there's one kid I know that takes charges and will put his body in the line, it's Jack Lawrence. Like I said, not the biggest offensive threat, but defensively, rebounding, and kind of just doing those 50-50, the grinder work, as I like to call it. He's always that guy, so gets charged for the block there. We'll see who comes off the bench. It looks like Marhefka's going to the bullpen.
Well, we didn't know how much depth to use, but especially if the free throw is good. You know, it's the first game of the year. Conditioning, you're still working on it a little bit, and so you got to get different guys in there. End of the ball game for Centerburg, 6'3" senior Thomas Schaller, and Schaller, he's the tallest guy on the team, so we see what he can do. And free throws up and no good. Schaller gets the rebound, boxed out well, and now Centerburg down 17-10, under a bucket and a half to go in the opening quarter, and Bennett Hill with the basketball. Centerburg's Bennett Hill.
A little 3 low.
Now into the corner to Trevin Harris. Guarded there by McDonald. Trevin Harris being harassed by McDonald. Dribbles the baseline and puts it up. No good. Rebound Giacomis. Giacomis, he's pushing Harris all over him. And now Quentin Rowland into the front court. Rowland with it on the left wing. 17-10 Jackets the lead. Giacomis looks underneath. Add another extra feed to Quentin Rowland. Up and no good. Rebound Miles Marshall, Centerburg. Now pushes up the floor with Robeck. 53 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Centerburg 17-10. They're trailing it with the basketball. And ball knocked away. And good defense right now by Giacomis until he fouled. 47 seconds to go in the opening quarter. I know you're down 7 right now, but if you're Centerburg, would you try for one shot to make this maybe a 5-point game going to the second quarter?
Yeah, especially like you said with zone. Make them come guard you with 46 seconds. You know, if I was Bennett Hill, I'd just sit right there, right at that bottom M. But we'll see what Centerburg does here. I'd hold it for one shot, though, yes.
Roadback has the basketball, gives it Bennett Hill. 35 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 17-10 Jackets to lead. Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction High School hoops. Corner 3 up by Bennett Hill. And a foul on the Trojans, I think on a baseline screen. Miles Marshall gets hit with a foul. 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Not what Centerburg wanted to do on that possession.
No, and the thing you don't like, too, is 30 seconds. That's one-shot territory, but, the deepest one-shot territory. It's not like it's 20 seconds, so they might hold this, but good thing that they're pressing up a little bit extended.
Giacomas has it for Mount Vernon, leading it by 7. Barber's been really good here in the opening quarter. Now Collenberg on the left wing. 20 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 17-10 Jackets the lead right now. And the ball knocked away by Trevin Harris. Picked back up, though. Now into the corner. Rowland spins. Double team on the baseline. Open 3. Barber up, no good. Rebound. Race back. And he puts it back on the weak side. And with 3 seconds to go in the opening quarter, Trojans taking their time. Schaller has it, and that's the end of the game. Get a shot up. That's the end of the first quarter. Jackets in control of this one, leading it 19-10. Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction High School Hoops on YouTube, WMVO's Facebook page, and on the radio on WMVO.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
All right, alongside Bo Bircher, I'm Tyler Mathias. First quarter's complete, 19-10 Jackets. What stood out to you in that first quarter?
What stood out was Peyton Barber. Peyton Barber was crashing the glass. He was scoring the ball. He was pushing the ball, doing it all right now for Mount Vernon. And, there's nothing really much to say. Mount Vernon, 19 points. Usually, as an offensive guy, you like to aim for 20 a quarter. And, hey, that's 1 point off. 9-point lead. Got to love it going in the second quarter.
With it is Quentin Rowland, gives it to Zane Barber, now head of the key. Quentin Rowland, left wing. 3 up by Collenberg. It is no good. Too strong. Ball tipped to the air. Knocked around. Picked up by Bennett Hill. Good chase by Bennett Hill as it was poked around. Bennett Hill goes inside. Giacomas has it. And no travel called on Giacomas. Pushes up to Zane Barber. And now corner by Quentin Rowland. Goes inside. Puts a shot up. He's fouled. He'll head to the free throw line. And again, just up and down the floor. And this is one of the things that Marhefka was talking about there in the pregame, Bo, is that, to defend almost the whole length of the floor, it's very difficult, and the speed of this Mount Vernon Yellow Jacket team, that's what we're seeing right now.
It is, and, you can't expect to get a defensive stop every single time, and you know what also helps with that? Putting the ball in the basket, not letting them, grab it off the rim and going, making them take the ball out. So we'll see if Centerburg can buckle down defensively. I think that's going to need to be, a little bit of offense is going to have to translate to defense for the Trojans.
No good on that one. Tipped around, picked up by Ball. 20-10 Jackets. Ball to push into the front court. Ball left of the lane, knocked away and taken away. Another turnover for Centerburg. Push up the floor now. Trace back inside, flips it up, no good. Jack Lawrence had it for a second, and then they say it's off of Lawrence. Out of bounds, back to Mount Vernon. And sometimes Mount Vernon's just playing a little too fast for themselves right now.
Yeah. And like you said, first game that you're figuring out your speed, your conditioning, all that stuff.
Nice backdoor, but it knocked away by Soley. And now Trevin Harris. Good defense by Soley. Trevin Harris on the right wing, dribbling inside, knocked away by Giacomas. And Giacomas has been very active defensively. Pushes now up the floor. Quentin Rowland. Quentin Rowland expecting big things out of him. Collenberg, deep 3 for the right wing. Yep, banked her in.
Yeah. Didn't know the bank was open this, late with the holiday coming up tomorrow.
23-10. Jackets all over Centerburg right now. Playing ball now to Jack Lawrence. Lawrence the basketball, bounces for Ball. Trojans are really struggling with the pressure. Right wing to Soley. 23-10 Jackets. Here's Bennett Hill, a deep, high arcing 3 off the side of the iron. Rebound for Trevin Harris. Put back no good. Rebound Collenberg. Now a push. Up the floor, they give it Rowland. Rowland has it on the left wing. Into the corner, open 3. Barber, up and no good. Weak side rebound pulled down by Jack Lawrence. 23-10 Jackets with the lead right now. Lawrence now gives it for Blaine Ball on the baseline. Now inside, goes right through the wickets there. Jack Lawrence, and other way for Mount Vernon.
Just turnovers. Oh.
A lot up for Centerburg here so far. Quentin rolling a little floater up and good with a teardrop. 25-10. Jackets the lead right now as they are throttling the Trojans 2 minutes into this second quarter.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. The one thing about Centerburg is they're making a couple good passes. They just need to keep going and get it towards the basket.
Bounce back into Lawrence. He's got the basketball. Lawrence now gives it for Bennett Hill. Dribbles into the lane. Kicks it into the right corner. With it, Trevin Harris back up top to Soley, who gets it near center court high on the right. 25-10 Jackets. 5:40 to go here in the first half. Jackets led at 19-10 at the end of one. 6-0 here this quarter. Soley, foul line. Now to Trevin Harris. Harris now to Soley. Fires up a shot. Off the heel. Rebound pulled down by Columber. And that's the other thing. The Jackets are not allowing second chance points.
Yeah, not allowing second chance points at all.
Barber, right wing, three. Up and good. Trace back from downtown. Will Morhefka call a timeout? This is all Mount Vernon right now, 28-10. We got a barn burner last night.
Yeah.
A blowout right now, 28-10 Jackets.
Yeah, that's not good. Mount Vernon is scoring the ball well, and now that they're hitting the three, if they consistently do that, this lead could get pushed out a lot faster.
Bennett Hill now solely at the foul line. Lawrence goes inside this time, and no good. Left of the rim, push up the floor. What a feed! Oh, a little too long for Barber. Pass from Columber. Hempfield will come into the ball game, as well as Kirkbride, and Coleman is in for Mount Vernon. Trevin Harris out. Miles Marshall in for the Trojans. 28-10. This is all Mount Vernon today.
Oh yeah, all Mount Vernon. It's a black and orange brigade right now.
It's a ball game where the Jackets are leading it by 18. Jack Lawrence in the backcourt with it. Now Soley. Trojans really struggling with the pressure. Lawrence has it head of the key. Lawrence kicks it in the right corner. Miles Marshall goes inside. Marshall stops. Marshall up. No good. Rebound Hempfield. Now pushing Columber. He's up the left side to Barber. Barber trying to finish at the rack. Up and good with some contact. Barber. And it's 30-10. Mount Vernon tripling up Centerburg right now.
Beautiful finish there from Barber. I didn't think he had the angle, but a beautiful finish.
Well, tipped away by Barber. You know, Centerburg last year tried to get some guys, some varsity experience, and these guys, when they had Grayson Reynolds, you knew who you were going to. You had Grayson Reynolds there. They got to still figure out who's that guy right now, and Trojans really struggling. They have been outscored 11-0 here in this quarter and trail at 30-10. Jack Lawrence, left wing three, ball up, no good, too strong, and Jackets will let it go. So we're almost halfway through this second quarter, but no points for Centerburg in this period.
Yeah, good defense from Mount Vernon. Maybe some shots not the greatest look for Centerburg, but just kind of touching on what you were saying, last year the Grayson Reynolds, it wasn't even about being the best scorer. It was just he had that confidence that he wanted to take the shot, like give me the ball. We're still looking for that guy in this kind of, roster for Centerburg.
Mount Vernon got it across the timeline, then a timeout call as a trap. We'll take a break. All Mount Vernon right now, 30-10. Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction High School Hoops on WMBO Sports.
Dear parents, don't wait. Educate. Empower us with knowledge. Keep talking to us about underage alcohol use, dating violence, and mental health. You are empowering us with knowledge to be the change. Thank you. This ad is sponsored by the Teen Advisory Council of Knox County.
We are empowering Knox County youth. Visit us online to learn more at www.tacofknox.org. That's tacofknox.org.
Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction, our title sponsor, Griffin Insurance, New Directions, so it's Pizza Cottage. I had some really good Pizza Cottage yesterday. BLT Pizza, forget about it.
BLT Pizza?
Yeah, no, real deal there. Right now, there's not going to be a pizza party in the Berg tonight right now as it's 30-10 Jackets. They are all over the Trojans, and a timeout for Mount Vernon after the trap. Now Hempfield has the basketball, gives it up. Here's a three by Columber, nailed it from the corner. And that confidence there by Columber, that's exactly how he needed to shoot that basketball.
I mean, that was beautiful. That was step up right with a hand in your face and the confidence to knock it down.
Solely into the lane, stops, tries to bounce one, and now throws it away. Picked off by Columber. 3.5 to go first half. 33-10 Jackets the lead. Centerburg still has not scored this quarter. Outscored 14-0 as Kirkbride kicks it back out. Columber wanted a three. He pulls it out to the head of the key. 3:17 to go first half.
I'm surprised he didn't just let it rip.
Yeah, left wing to Barber. He's been brilliant here in the early going. Barber now cross court to Columber. Thought about a three. Kirkbride into the corner, back up top. There's a Barber three. It is up. It is online and nails it. 36-10. as Mount Vernon's throttling the Trojans tonight. I might get a running clock. We kind of joked about it, but yeah, we might actually have that. Lawrence has it now solely. Solely throws it, picked up by Miles Marshall, spins around, kicks it out. Bennett Hill, wide open three, rattles out. That kind of night for Centerburg. Knocked out of bounds. Coleman touched it last. 2:44 to go in the first half. Even when Centerburg gets a good look, it's just not falling for them. They're trailing at 36-10. And, Bo, right now, Mount Vernon has outscored Centerburg 17-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah. Not good.
No.
Not good.
Yeah.
Especially, that was probably one of the better looks they've gotten this quarter. You need to knock that one down. I know threes aren't the easiest thing to hit in the world, but that would have really, maybe ignited a spark.
Well, ball taken away, and up the floor. Nice job by Hempfield. He finishes right of the rim from Giacomis, and it's 38-10 right now. The Jackets throttling the Trojans. And now with it, Bennett Hill. Bennett Hill in the corner. He is trapped. Soley has it on the left wing. Centerburg trailing 38-10, and Lawrence fouled as he was shooting it, and a chance to get points on the board. The Trojans have been outscored 19-0 in the second quarter, and a chance now to get on the board this period. But they're doing a nice job getting it in the middle of that zone, which is what you want to do. But, there's got to be some movement. There's got to be some kickouts, and they have had some open looks. Just nothing falling for Centerburg right now.
Well, like you said, they're moving the ball well. And they're getting it to the charity stripe about that level where the volleyball line is. And
free throw, no good.
But they're kind of bailing on it early. They're not really trying to work it down towards the blocks. They're really keeping it above that volleyball line. And Mount Vernon's going to be comfortable. I mean, like I said, Quentin Rowland, it looks like he's just taking a nice little break in the middle of the court.
Free throw by Lawrence. And he ends the slide there. First points of the second quarter. Yeah, see what happens. 27-point lead, though, for the Jackets right now. 35 is when the running clock starts, by the way. Here's Quentin Rowland. He's got the basketball on the left wing, gives it up now, and almost a travel by Beck. Instead, Hempfield finds Giacomis. Hempfield left wing. Beck thought about it. Under 2 now to play in the opening half, and a foul on Bennett Hill as they tried to get a bounce pass up top to Quentin Rowland, and it's 1:57 to go here in this first half. 38-11. The Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets transition offense, turnovers into points have been very paramount for this Mount Vernon team.
Yeah, right now it's just been defense leads to offense. Good lockdown, protecting the paint on the backside has led to easy buckets in transition for the Yellow Jackets.
Beck swings it around Hempfield into the corner, Quentin Rowland. Quentin Rowland double team in the left corner, now gives it Hempfield back to Quentin Rowland. Cut off by Soley, looking back up top, ball knocked away, taken away by Soley. Soley's got the basketball. Centerburg, no field goals here this quarter. Lawrence has it, $1:35 to go first half, and it's tipped out of bounds by Mount Vernon. 38-11, the Jackets have outscored Centerburg 19-1 in the second quarter to lead by 27. This is not like last night, if you wondered. All right, Soley has the basketball, gives it Bennett Hill, thought about a three. Bennett Hill to Soley on the left point, right point, faking a three. Trevin Harris goes into the lane. Trevin Harris puts it up with the right hand, got it to go, and he is fouled as Trevin Harris will go to the free throw line, and that's the first field goal for Centerburg in this quarter.
About time. Hey, it's got to come sometime, right?
1:24 to go in the second quarter. First field goal for the Trojans in the period. As Harris's free throw is up, and it is good, and makes it 38-14.
If they can cut this to 20 or less, we still got a chance. So let's see how they finish out these last minute 20.
Beck has the basketball, cross court to Rowland. Rowland, the basketball goes inside, gets bumped, and he's fouled. Now, if you recall, they changed how all this foul stuff is last year, and it resets every quarter.
How do you feel about that?
Not a fan. But I'm also a fan of tradition, though. So
I do like tradition,
Rowland goes inside, and nice move. Puts it up with the right hand, got it to go off the heel, and it's 40-14. Jackets the lead, a minute to go in the first half. Jackets up by 26 points. Bennett Hill has it in the backcourt. Bennett Hill. Hill with the basketball, high on the left, now dribbles near center court, right wing to Miles Marshall. 50 seconds to go in the first half. Ball, left wing to Harris. Trevin Harris dribbling to his right. Trevin Harris makes a move, puts it up with the right hand, can't finish. Got his own rebound, puts it up, and got it to go Harris. So Harris doing the bulk of the scoring here this quarter. Not a lot of the scoring because there's not a lot of points on the board.
A good percentage of it.
Yeah. Quentin Rowland going inside. Spins on the left block. Puts it up with the right hand. Nice soft touch, but can't finish. Lawrence now pushing with Hill. 27 seconds to go first half. Jackets 40-16. They lead this ball game. Centerburg now with 6 points in the quarter after having a long spell of nothing. Miles Marshall looking inside. Right point. Now to Trevin Harris dribbling inside right of the lane. Puts it up and a foul called on the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets. Just under 12 seconds to go in the first half. 40-16 Jackets. The Trojans have the Harris bucket and the free throw and the Lawrence free throw. And that's it.
Yeah.
So far.
That's all we have written home.
Yeah. So right now, Centerburg Trojans and the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets, it is a blowout. Trevin Harris free throw is up. Trevin Harris free throw is good.
Coach Kuhn not happy with the
he didn't like the call.
No.
Quentin Rowland takes a seat on the bench with 2 fouls, and Isaiah Collenberg replaces him. Hempfield is back there, and John Marhefka is saying, Bennett Hill, you might want to get back here and watch him.
Yeah.
Free throw is up,
He's
but no
quick.
good. Rebound pulled down by Beck, and now Trace Beck gives it up. 7 seconds to go first half. Jackets up by 23. Inside McDonald cuts him through and lays it up and in right of the rim, and that'll be the end of the first half. Complete domination for the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets, leading at 42-17 by 25 points. As the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets here in their season opener have been all over the Trojans, forcing turnovers and getting to the rim and the free throw line as well. 42-17. Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction shows the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets here at the Hive with the lead over the Centerburg Trojans. Let's take this break. We'll come back and more of the Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction High School hoops are at the break of the Hive. 25-point lead for Mount Vernon.
Backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
All right, we're back here at the Hive. 42-17. The Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets led it 19-10 at the end of one. 23-7. They outscored Centerburg in the second quarter, and they lead it right now, 42-17 at the break. Out in transition, turnovers, major factors in that first half for both teams.
It's just all clicking on all cylinders for Mount Vernon. Like we said, their defense is just playing into their offense. I'd probably say of their 42 points, about 20 of those, half of them, are from just transition. I mean, they're moving the ball up the floor fast. Most of their guards are running, it looks like 4.40s right now. I mean, it is a track meet on the Mount Vernon end. And then for Centerburg, it's just not falling. They're shooting some tough looks, but they're just not getting anything in the hoop.
Zone, I think, is really affecting the Centerburg Trojans right now. And the Jackets came out in a zone defense. And Centerburg, they right now are a team that there's no Grayson Reynolds. There's no Colton Martin. Those guys that you knew these are the guys that are going to score the basketball. There's not that guy on this team for Centerburg. They have to share the basketball if they want to have success. And right now, Trevin Harris has been the one guy who's kind of stepped up and been a little bit aggressive, but they have had a difficult time with that zone defense for the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, like I said, they move the ball well up top, but they're not really putting any pressure on guys like Quentin Rowland or Trace Beck, the guys that play the lower end of the zone. I mean, you got to really work those blocks and get those guys tired, get them in foul trouble. like we said, I don't think really any guy on Mount Vernon is in foul trouble looking back on it. I think Roland's the only guy with 2. Everybody else has 1. But, like, for Centerburg, there's a couple guys with 2. You got to work the ball inside because that's how you get people in foul trouble. That's how you get people tired. That's how you work into people's benches, solid basketball.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it comes out in the second half. It's just going to be a chip away for the Trojans. And then for Mount Vernon, it's just going to be put the foot on the gas, step on their throat. Don't give them any glimpse of hope. Push this lead to 60, 70 points and, get out of here with a win.
Well, and for Centerburg, it's got to start with somebody putting the basketball in the basket. I mean, somebody's got to hit a shot, an open look. They're not seeing anything go through the hoop right now, and it's got to be difficult for the Centerburg team because, again, going into this season, you're kind of already looking around going, okay, we don't have Grease and Reynolds. Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? And this is where we're at right now for if you're Centerburg. 42-17, the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets lead this basketball game. Thanks to Pizza Cottage, Griffin Insurance, Cubbage Electric, Plumbing and Construction, and New Directions Shelter, as it is 42-17, the Jackets lead. Now, we want to remind folks that coming up on Friday night, right here on WMBO, and not live streaming. So if you're saying, hey, you're talking right now, I'm seeing a live stream. Not a live stream on Friday night. Danville and Jeromesville Hillsdale from Shelby High School, and the winner will play in a state championship game in high school football. That's got to be fun.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
And the Danville Blue Devils have been dominating their opponents, but Jeromesville Hillsdale will be their opponent. We'll have the game on 100.9 FM, 93.7 HD2, WMBO.com. And then, of course, when the game is complete, that's when the video can be posted of the game. But until that happens, until all the zeros are up on the fourth quarter scoreboard, we can't live stream the game because there are agreements with other people who I will not give the I will not give the recognition to those entities. But it should be interesting.
Enterprises.
Yeah. So anyway, here it's 42-17 in favor of the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets, and there is no substitute for experience.
No.
And what you saw from Zane Barber here in the right from the get-go, he got after it, and what he was able to do. And I'll tell you what, Trace Beck has been impressive too. He's missed a couple of threes, but he's been impressive. Quentin Rowland, they're really focusing on him. Isaiah Colber's hit some threes. Giacomis is being a menace on defense, and so this Mount Vernon team, with Nick Coonsgrove, you know what you're getting. You're going to get a team that's going to pressure the heck out of you.
Yep.
And they're going to try to get out and run in transition. And they may not have a lot of size, but their speed makes up for it. And right now, Jackets are on pace to score 84 points. And, he's always talked about the fact that if you can score in the 70s or something like that, you're going to win a lot.
90%,
yeah, you're going to win a lot. But right now, it's on really both ends, defensively and offensively for the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets. They're on pace to win this game 84-34. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I will say this. It's a 25-point game. If the Jackets come out and get on fire, then we can see a running clock in the third quarter in our first basketball game. Now, I've only seen a running clock a couple of times. One of them was here when the Johnstown Johnnies had a kid score 37 points and couldn't miss a shot. But right now, it's all Mount Vernon leading at 42-17. They play in the Licking County League. People believe that Mount Vernon really should down. I'm not saying there's bad teams in the Licking County League. Johnstown's good. Heath is good. Grantville is good. But realistically, Mount Vernon, the biggest school, they should dominate in the Licking County League.
Yeah.
And in a game like this against Centerburg, realistically, on paper, Division II school, Division VI school, Mount Vernon should dominate, and they're doing exactly what they need to do right now.
Yeah, no matter what, like you talked about the divisions, no matter what, you want to win your non-conference games. Those are big. Those are kind of representing your conference, representing your league. And also, when it comes to, tournament draw time, that's a big thing that they look at. They look at who'd you play outside your conference. Some teams don't even play anybody that good. Some people, just stick to their conference or lower opponents.
Yep. You make a great point there. And in addition to that is the fact that when you look at it, Mount Vernon's moved to the Licking County League. They have to play teams twice.
Yeah.
And then they have to play the other ones once. So they have a very limited amount of non-conference games. They're playing Berlin, they're playing Hayes, they're playing Newark, they're playing Centerburg.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it in terms of their non-conference games. And so we get this opportunity to play in a non-conference game. You need to take care of business, and the Jackets are doing that right now.
And like you said, taking care of business, especially at home, too.
Yeah.
You got to always win your home games, protect home court. And, I mean, no complaints. They're taking care of business right now, like we've said.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing and Construction, High School Hoops. Also thanks to New Directions, Pizza Cottage, and Griffin Insurance. Some of our great sponsors here. Thanks to Gary. Man, Gary has done like 9 games this week in addition to his job. And Delaney, I have not seen Delaney in like 3 weeks. I thought she disappeared. But she's here. She played some ball. Did you play basketball in high school?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you played some. She played some. I got into broadcasting after my freshman year. Anyway, we're here at the break, 42-17. Take a break, come back, second half action coming up next. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing and Construction, High School Hoops on WMVO.
You taught him how to hit a receiver, how to hit a baseball, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time did you spend teaching him what not to hit? You play a critical role in the prevention of domestic and sexual violence. The earlier we start talking to young people about healthy relationships and respect, the more likely they are to stand up when they see violence in our community. This message is sponsored by the AIM program of New Directions. Act, Impact, Motivate.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
All right, blowout territory right now as we begin the second half. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing and Construction, High School Hoops alongside Bo Bircher. Got him back. We only had to offer him a fruit basket. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, he's back here with us. Delaney and Gary behind the camera. 42-17 as the second half begins. Blaine Ball out there. Bennett Hill, Isaiah Sully, Jack Lawrence, and Trevin Harris for Centerburg as Hill has the basketball. Zane Barber, Nico Giacomis, Quentin Rowland as Soley has the basketball. Colin Burr and Beck for Mount Vernon. And Blaine Ball back to Bennett Hill against this zone, just kind of hanging up top. Ball back to Bennett Hill. 7.5 to go here in the third quarter. 42-17 Jackets. The lead, they outscored Centerburg 23-7 in that second quarter after leading 19-10 at the end of one. Ball looks in for Soley, spins around, fires a jumper, no. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Trace Beck, the 6'4 sophomore. And he, first game of the year, he's been pretty impressive in half of basketball. That long distance shots, a little floater by Trevin Harris. He's been pretty much the offense for Centerburg here in this one. Now Quentin Rowland goes inside, lowers the shoulder, blocking foul called on Jack Lawrence. And I think one thing, Jack Lawrence may have been too deep there, and number two, they tend to call a blocking foul. It didn't look like Quentin Rowland lowered his shoulder when he went in there.
No.
Yeah, 7:10 to go here in this third quarter.
Looked like he kind of turned more than lowered his shoulder.
Yeah. Well, free throw is up and good. This is the first time that Bo Bircher has disagreed with me. And we're having fun here tonight, 43-19. Centerburg fans, they don't understand. The KMAC is tough, but free throw is up and no good. But Mount Vernon's a Division II school against a Division VI Centerburg's team, but Jackets doing exactly what they need to be doing.
Yeah, it's good to go up against, higher divisions, though. It is good for Centerburg's development.
Yeah, Bennett Hill. Now Soley spins around. Jumper good from the left elbow. And good job by Soley. Didn't really jump. He doesn't really jump when he shoots.
No, it's kind of more wrist and all arm.
Drops it down for Barber. Barber has it knocked away, picked up by Collinber. He goes inside. Collinber with the right hand and finishes. Job getting right down the middle of the lane. 45-21 Jackets. 6:38 to go, third quarter. Ball throws it away almost. And he does. Now Collinber's got it, and he's all alone. Goes up for the dunk, and he got it. Hey,
it looks like
4 out of 10, but hey, you know what? It works. But
I've seen that in a video game before.
Hey, he went and got it. I love seeing dunks in high school. Jackets up 47-21. Ball now, it's knocked away, picked up by Bennett Hill near center court. Boy, Rowland was well in front of everybody. This one knocked away from Blaine Ball, and Giacomis called for a foul. He's being aggressive out there at the head of the key. 6:08 to go, third quarter. Jackets 47-21. Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction High School basketball from the Hive. Hey, just a reminder, since tomorrow is Thanksgiving, we won't be back until Monday night, and then we'll be at Highland on Tuesday night for hoops. Monday night sports talk show with Highland boys basketball and Centerburg girls basketball. Blaine ball bounces, knocked away. Giacomas picked up by Ball near center court, left wing to Trevin Harris. Harris now dribbling inside, tries to knife through, and a late foul call. John Marhefka likes the call, but a little bit of a late whistle there.
Yeah.
And 47-21 probably doesn't matter a whole lot. 5:52 to go third quarter. But, in 2024, you can't say anything about officiating.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You got to respect these guys. There's not too many of them out there.
Yeah. For the guys that are here, some of them have been here before. Blaine Ball has the basketball. Now to Bennett Hill. And look, some of them get thrown into the fire, Bo, honestly.
Yeah. One of our guys looks very young. I feel like I haven't seen him do too many games around the area, but he's doing a good job tonight.
And there's a jumper up by Soli. No. Rebound, Giacomas. Right elbow jumper. Now push up to Barber. Barber with the basketball. Alley-oop, and he kind of throws it up and a finish. Left of the rim for Trace Beck, and it's 49-21 Jackets.
And Beck not doing too much, catching, collecting himself, putting it in for two.
Inside left hand, Jack Lawrence got it off the heel and in.
You just put that ball lightly on some of these rims here at Mount Vernon. I've noticed you get a nice kind roll if you kind of just put it right up in there like that.
Just like Quentin Rowland just did,
right
on cue. 51-23. Speaking of cue, that was Quentin Rowland. Under 5 to go here in the third quarter. A domination for the Jackets, and a foul is called. 51-23. So remember, when it gets to 30, that's not when the running clock starts. It's 35, and it will be a running clock until it gets under 30.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got this thing figured out now with the rules of the game. 51-23, 4:57 to go third quarter. Jackets the lead. They let it
also
at the
helped
break.
the JV game was
big
running
time.
Clock.
What's that?
It also helped the JV game.
Yeah, it did. And a 6 o'clock start doesn't hurt. Bouncing for Sully. Sully's getting a little bit of an open look. He puts up a jumper. No. Rebound pulled down, and Bennett Hill tries to jump. We got our first jump ball of the year. And it will go back to Mount Vernon. Giacomas will throw it in.
I'll tell you what, I know Centerburg is not looking too good right now with the score, but the one thing I do want to commend them on is number 5, number 3, Ball, and Hill. They're small, but they're tough. They like to play bigger than themselves, as in their height, but they're really aggressive, and they're still getting after it, even being down this much.
Giacomas gives it up. Now Barber. Here's Quentin Rowland. He's been kind of quiet tonight offensively. Barber stops, gives it Giacomas on the left wing. Now left wing 3 is up and too strong there for Beck. And now Centerburg's Trevin Harris pushes into the front court. Knocked away from behind by Columber. Now push up the floor. Ball tipped to the air. Gathered by Rowland. Nice find to Barber. Finishes right of the rim. 53-23. Jackets up by 30.
And this is it's kind of becoming an extended 3-man weave drill right now for Mount Vernon.
Tip, and I think you're right. Looked very similar to a 3-man weave there. Head of the key, wide open 3 for Soli, and he rattles out. It's that night for them. Now tipped away. Yeah. Now a push for Columber. Columber against Bennett Hill inside. A little floater up no good on the baseline. Knocked away out of bounds off of Quentin Rowland. 53-23, a 30-point advantage for the Jackets with 3:47 to go third quarter.
Yeah, like you said, that shot really did explain kind of the night right now for Centerburg. Not getting the worst of shots. They just cannot put the ball in the basket. Just like so close, but so far.
Miles Marshall comes in for Blaine Ball. Mount Vernon, again, doesn't have to play in the OCC anymore, where Lexington brings a lot of pieces back. Boy, and then Mansfield Senior and those guys. But, like I say, Johnstown, Granville, Heath, they're good. Heath's expecting a lot this year.
Yep.
Bennett Hill gives it up for Lawrence. Now give and go. Bennett Hill can't finish left of the rim, but good little give and go for Lawrence and Bennett Hill. Those were the two guys with us on Monday night's Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. They got a chance to talk with us. Bennett Hill, again, good to see him healthy.
Yeah.
He had the separated shoulder. In practice, I believe he hurt it last year. Free throws up and good.
Yeah, shoulders are never fun. Those are kind of lingering injuries. You never know when they might reoccur or, start being funky.
He throw up, and this one no good. Back down to a 29-point game. Barber now pushes Hempfield into the ball game. Right wing Hempfield. Also Kuhlman into the ball game. Barber, left wing 3. Columber, too strong. And a rebound for Miles Marshall, Centerburg, and then a foul going to be called on Jalen Kirkbride. So Jalen Kirkbride is out there right now with Gage Kuhlman. Isaiah Columber, Peyton Hempfield, and Zane Barber. And for Centerburg, it will be Trevin Harris, Jack Lawrence, Miles Marshall, Bennett Hill, and Isaiah Sully. And Miles Marshall at the free throw lines. That's the 5th foul on the Jackets. Hey, it's still 3:22 to go in the third quarter. You want to get back in a ball game? You do it from the stripe.
Yep.
Free throw up and good. Miles Marshall talked about his very impressive season that he had in football. Trojans. Free throw up and
Put one over the line.
Yep. So would have counted, but yeah, Centerburg went down to Eastern, not I think Reedsville Easter. They win that ball game, come back up, get the chance to rematch with Northmore. Well, they lost, and Northmore's in the state Final Four for a reason. Coleman gives it up. Columber back behind him. He's looking for Barber. He finds Barber, gives it back to Hempfield. 3:13 to go third quarter. Big lead for the Jackets. And now bobbling it is Coleman. Coleman has it knocked away by Trevin Harris. Here's Trevin Harris. Shot up. No good. And he is found going to the stripe. And I think for Harris right there, I think he was thinking too much of Hempfield.
More worried about the player than the shot.
If he would have just gone to the rim and laid it up at him,
he was
probably an and one.
Yeah.
Well, Trevin Harris at the free throw line. Chance to get points.
It was funny you mentioned Centerburg football versus Eastern because a good friend of ours, Jim Stoyle, he's got his Centerburg ties, and I thought it was funny. A guy, he coached one of my buddies that still goes to Otterbein with me, and he's from Eastern. So they all went down to the game, watched it, and he always is keeping in contact with us, and I just thought it was hilarious that they matched up in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's cool when you kind of see that connection thing.
Mm-hmm.
The ball tapped away here, and Trevin Harris, I tell you what.
Still working hard.
Yeah, Trevin Harris, he came to play tonight.
Yeah.
And
like we said, he tries on offense, and he's put the ball in the basket. He's not the most offensively skilled, but on defense, he's still getting in passing lanes, trying to create steals, rebound, and that's his game. If we can just find some pieces around that game to support him.
Into the corner, that's Kirkbride. Back to Columber on the right wing. 2:47 to go third quarter. Jackets up big, 53-27. Here's a three, up and no good. A rebound pulled down by Sully for Centerburg. 26-point advantage for Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets. Here's Harris into the left corner, three up by Bennett Hill, and he gets it to go. He needed to see it go through, and he does.
Yeah, good shot.
It's 42-17 at the half, and Centerburg with 13 points in the quarter now. Three up by Kirkbride. No. Rebound tapped around, and ball on the floor. And now, timeout called by Mount Vernon. That's what we got. 2:19 to go third quarter. Jackets 53-30. Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction. High school hoops on WMVO.
Things are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
All right, we are back here at Mount Vernon, 53-30. Jackets, who led it 42-17 at the half, actually being outscored here in this quarter so far.
Yeah.
As Centerburg's Trevin Harris has been impressive. Jack Lawrence has had some good looks. Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets just doing a nice job of getting out in transition. They're getting some pretty easy looks. And now the ball knocked away by Trevin Harris, and Harris lays it up and in right to the rim, right on cue.
Just kind of being content right now. They're shooting a lot of threes. They're not really working the ball inside. They're very content with the lead. And this is when Centerburg could make a push, as we've seen right now. They're probably on about a 7-0 run right now.
All tapped away by Miles Marshall. 11 points in the quarter for Mount Vernon, but Centerburg with 15 points in this quarter. They had 17 at the half.
Yeah.
So, again, you're trying to find out who you are as the shot is up and no good. Left of the rim for Quentin Rowland. Got his own rebound, put it up, no good, and a foul called with 1:57 to go third quarter. I think, again, one game does not determine how a team's going to be or not. But if you look at it right now, it looks like Trevin Harris is the guy that's being aggressive.
Yeah.
And maybe Jack Lawrence too. But, again, you're going to be playing a lot of man defense throughout the year. And the Trojans have faced a lot of zone here tonight. Free throw up and good.
You got to figure it out. You never know what teams will pull out a zone on you, or some teams like to run man and then change it up a little bit here and there, give you some different looks.
Carter Roadback is into the ball game, or Roadback, and Free throw is up and no good off the front of the rim. Rebound, Trevin Harris, who pushes. Trevin Harris. Robeck going with the Joe Burrow look. Isaiah Soley gives it Robeck at the foul line. Turns around, fires, and no good. Tipped out, chased down. Hempfield will beat Hill to it. Oh, and then he threw it off of Hill's head out of bounds. I don't think he meant to do that.
No.
John Marhefka says, like, you're all right. And Bennett Hill says, are we on the back nine? No, I'm kidding.
It's just part of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, my center that was the same grade as me, he used to pull that since middle school. It's tough, but it's a legal play. Some people call it Bush League. I've heard about that in intramural basketball being Bush League, but I mean, people are just soft.
Yeah. Well, here's Quentin Rowland, double team on the right wing, now to Hempfield. Hempfield almost traveled. Quentin Rowland, a right wing three. It is up, and it is good. Got an open look. And that's what the Jackets need Quentin Rowland to do. He's the guy that you would think is going to be the top scorer on this team. 25-point lead for the Jackets once again with 1:12 to go in the third quarter. Yes. Miles Marshall gives it Bennett Hill against this zone defense. Closing on a minute to go, third quarter. Miles Marshall now spins around, bounced underneath. Webeck with the basketball, back out. Trevin Harris, left wing three. Trevin Harris, a line drive, no. Tipped in the air, picked up by Bennett Hill. 53 seconds to go, third quarter. Jackets up 25. Solely back to Hill. Bennett Hill on the right wing. Ball tipped away, taken away. Hempfield. Hempfield gives it up. Quentin Rowland going inside. Rowland with the right hand up the glass, no good. Tipped in the air twice. Bennett Hill knocks it out. 38 seconds to go, third quarter. 57-32. Jackets right down the lead.
We're right back to 25 points. Fifth.
That's what it was at the half.
It doesn't feel like it anymore. First half, it felt like a 25-point lead. Now it really doesn't.
Shot up and good with the left hand. Quentin Rowland just backs his way in against Trevin Harris. 28 seconds to go, third quarter. 59-32. Jackets the lead right now. Trojans the basketball. And Bennett Hill has it. And you'd like to maybe see Centerburg just run a good set here and get a good bucket. Trevin Harris gives it up. Roadback goes inside, pull up Jay. No. Rebound. Pull down McDonald. And back to Giacomo, 7 seconds. Now Quentin Rowland dribbling the left baseline. Inside. Quentin Rowland up the glass. Too strong. A rebound. Pulled down by the Trojans. Roadback, and that'll end the third quarter. All Jackets 59-32. After three, the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets are leading the Centerburg Trojans. Fourth quarter action coming up next. WMVO, Cubbage Electric, Plumbing and Construction, High School Hoops.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
All right, we're back here at the Hive. It's been buzzing tonight, but right now it's 59-32. And the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets with the lead. They'll go with Barber, Collenberg, Giacumis, as well as Beck and Quentin Rowland. They're starting five. Solely, Miles Marshall, Robeck, as well as Solely and Trevin Harris for Centerburg. Robeck with the basketball. Nice feed to Trevin Harris, who finishes right of the rim. Harris finishes there. 25-point lead for the Jackets. 59-34, 7:42 to go in the game. Beck cross court. Collenberg's got it. Collenberg inside. Right hand up and no good. A rebound pulled down by Miles Marshall. Taken away as he pushed it. Now right up back to Collenberg. Finishes right of the rim. Good feed by Trace Beck.
They just play so fast.
Yep. They look up the floor and they find the guy. 61-34. Jackets with a 27-point advantage right now. And now a takeaway again. Zane Barber the other way. One-on-one with Miles Marshall. Gets bumped. Puts it up. No good. Foul And I think they're going to say it's on the floor. 7:13 to go in this game. 61-34. Jackets to lead. Hey, if you didn't get enough of tonight, well, yeah, it is on the floor. Tuesday night, Mount Vernon and Highland. We'll have that game for you. WMBO Facebook page. Quentin Rowland backing his way in. Kicks it back up top to Columber on the right point. Now right wing. Dribbling right of the lane. Puts it up with the right hand. No good. Tipped in the air. Robeck. Nope. It is Giacomas who picks up the loose ball. Giacomas gets it back off a pass. And now Barber inside. His shot is up and good. No good because it's on the floor. 6:56 to go in this game. Yeah, you know, if Centerburg avoids, which right now they're down by 27, so it would be hard for Mount Vernon, I think, to get to a 35-point lead. A little bit of a victory for Centerburg if they don't allow the running clock after how ugly this game has been at times.
Oh, definitely.
Columber has it on the left wing. And a foul called on Bennett Hill. Well, the Trojans have used a couple guys off the bench. Miles Marshall, Carter Rodeback, and Thomas Shawlard came off, and he got a rebound off a free throw miss, but hasn't played a lot of minutes tonight. Inside Columber with the right hand, way too strong, tipped in the air, picked up by Giacomas. Quentin Rowland dribbling inside. Quentin Rowland with the right hand, up and good. 63-34, Quentin Rowland just imposing his will.
Just second and third chance points. It's what's going to kill you when, you just give up offensive rebounds like that.
All Jackets right now up by 29. Bennett Hill now to Isaiah Sully. And 6:18 to go here in this game. Jackets up big here. And turnaround Jay at the foul line. No good by Rodebeck. He gets his own rebound. Throws it back to Harris, who was about 2 inches away from him. And Barber picks it up. Now a push for Giacomas. Giacomas, Quentin Rowland. Thought about a three. Dribbles right baseline. Knocked around by Sully instead of travel on Quentin Rowland. So 19-10, the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets led it after one. Centerburg did not get their first point of the second quarter until the 2:23 mark with Jack Lawrence. And then first points from the field, Trevin Harris and one at the 1:24 mark. Jackets outscored Centerburg by 16 to have that big lead in the second quarter, to have that big lead by 25 at the half. They lead it right now by 29. And now the ball knocked away. Giacomas has been aggressive defensively. Miles Marshall stops left wing. Gives it up now to Bennett Hill. In the lane. Nice throw to Lawrence, but Lawrence can't handle it. It goes out of bounds. 5:39 to go in this game. 63-34. Jackets up by 29. And Zane Barber pushes up the floor. Zane Barber with that is Trace Beck with it. He puts it up with the right hand and is fouled by Jack Lawrence. He's like, what can I do? Now, you would think this could be the time if you're Centerburg to get some different guys in there. But really on their bench, there's only one guy that's listed on their roster, their varsity roster, who hasn't played. High arcing free throw is good by Trace Beck. And that is Brody Cole, a 6'2 sophomore.
They got three other guys that look like swingers right from the JV game. Hey, if they're up, you might as well get them some PT while they're up, and you got to.
It's a 31-point game right now. And if the Jackets can score 4 unanswered, it'll be a running clock. 5:25 to go in this ball game.
You'll probably see them around the 2.5 mark.
Trevin Harris has it on the left wing. Trevin Harris has it back behind him. Bennett Hill fakes a three. Bennett Hill head of the key. Now near center court. 5:13 to go in the game. 65-34. Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets the lead. Miles Marshall on the right wing. Miles Marshall. Cross court to Bennett Hill. A deep three from the left wing now. Rebound Zane Barber, and Zane Barber will push. And he throws it to Nick Kuhn as he tried to get it to Nico Giacomas. Coleman, as well as Kirkbride and Hempfield into the ball game. It's Quentin Rowland, Columber, and I didn't see who the other one took a seat on the bench was. I believe that was Trace Beck as well. Nope, he's still out there. I don't know. Somebody else went to the bench, too. Oh, Giacomas.
Too many seniors to account for.
Yeah, Giacomas went to the bench. Bennett Hill. He's got it on the right wing. 4:45 to go in the game. Jackets up by 31 points, 65-34. Jack Lawrence on the left elbow with it. Pulls up for a J. Airballs it. Picked up by Beck in a push. Hempfield to Barber. Barber stops on the left block. Makes a nice move. Scoops it up. Scoops it in. Left to the rim. 67-34. It's a 33-point game. One more bucket unanswered from Mount Vernon. It's a running clock. 4:19 to go in this game. Centerburg trailing 67-34 the basketball. Shrevett Harris has it on the right point. Now gives it up Miles Marshall. He's got it now on the right point. Cross court. Bennett Hill, 4:06 to go in this game. Bounce. Roadbeck jumper, good. 67-36.
They've looked really good from those elbow shots they get.
Well, Barber has it right now. Unfortunately, they don't look very good on any of the other ones.
Yeah.
67-36. And a lot of transition buckets right now from Mount Vernon. It's Barber fouled going to the rack. Roadbeck. And again, this is exactly what John Marhefka talked about, though, in the pregame. He said, we can't allow them to get out in transition and turn the ball over and allow quick buckets, and that's exactly what has happened for Mount Vernon here tonight.
Yeah, like you said, you don't want them to get into their zone. Well,
they did.
You got to put the ball in the basket, and that breaks up their transition, that breaks up their zone, and they're playing the way they want to play. Like I said, I could do your interview with Coach Kuhn right now. Probably satisfied with mostly everything. Maybe the third quarter shot a little too many threes, but other than that, it's been a great night all around for Mount Vernon on the stat sheet.
Barber will take a seat on the bench. McDonald is in for Centerburg. Schaller's in, as well as Blaine Ball back in, and then also Brody Cole seeing him for the first time, a 6'2 sophomore. And so here you go, get some other guys in there.
Played a lot on JV last year, so it's interesting to see him get some varsity playing time.
Oh, he's got it right now at the foul line, and it's knocked away and taken away by Hempfield. Doesn't have it anymore. And Hempfield, Bassett flips it up. And Kirkbride gives it back behind him. And Beck is fouled. I've been impressed by Trace Beck. I mean,
yeah, he can dribble.
Sophomore gets a chance to start. And he'll go to the free throw line. 3:22 to go here in the game. Now, it is a 33-point game. So if Trace Beck hits both free throws, then it's a running clock. If he doesn't, which with our luck he wouldn't, he would hit one. And so what happened. But nevertheless, it's a big lead right now. Centerburg also making a substitution. I believe that's Stephen Beaver. Now, look, I went to Centerburg High School, and I will tell you that I don't know these kids well anymore. And I know you guys just graduated like 2 years ago from where you guys went. I think you went to Canton Hoover. Is that right? North Canton Hoover. Free throw up and now good. Brian Baum.
Oh, yeah. He's still plugging up there, head coach of the Vikings.
Used to be the head football coach at Fredericktown, then went to North Canton Hoover. I remember everything. Free throw is up and good.
Brought the Smiths with him, too, Dylan and Ben.
What's that?
Said brought the Smiths with him, Dylan and Ben. Good kids.
And just like I told you, they would hit one of two, so it's a 34-point game with 3:22 to go.
And the thing is, Mount Vernon, I think, has only missed one other free throw tonight. Yep. They're probably about 11 for 12, and now they're about 12 for 14.
Yeah, that's how it works. Wyatt Fisher in for Mount Vernon, by the way. As the Trojans, Beaver gives it up, ball tipped in the air, picked up, nice save at the baseline. Now McDonald gives it up Hempfield. Hempfield inside, shot is up and no good from Kirkbride. And if Kirkbride hits one of two with 3:07 to go in the game, and it once again it will be a running clock. But if he doesn't, then there will be no running clock.
No running clock.
Yeah, what happened? Well, Centerburg gets a chance to bounce back. They're going to play Utica next week, and we'll have that game for you. Free throws, no good. And we'll do the game Tuesday, Highland and Mount Vernon. So kind of a focus with them here in the early part, and then we'll get to some Freddy's games and things. Free throw up and good. So there's your running clock. 71-36. Jackets up by 35, 3:03 to go in the game. The running clock is in effect. I heard the guy talking about it beforehand. Said, I don't think we'll see that in the varsity game. We are seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
Roadbeck has it.
Never say never.
2:53 to go in the game. Jackets up 35. And inside, stopping on the left elbow. The clock will continue to roll despite the fact of foul called.
Yeah, you know that ref wanted to call that. Get some extra time off.
And there we go. Substitution coming for Mount Vernon. The biggest cheer of the night. Lane Mustard, 6'1 junior coming into the ball game. Lane Mustard going to come in for Hempfield. He must be a fan favorite because the place erupted. They did that for Delaney a couple of times too. Just teasing. All right. Ball taken up the floor to Schaller, I should say, at the head of the key. Dribbling inside. Now Brody Cole And a foul called on the floor. Clock moving at 2:05. And this one. Hey, if you're going home tonight, go home safe. I heard it was sleeting. Yeah, per my wife, who is not a weatherman.
That's going to be me. I have to drive all the way back to Canton.
Oh, you're going to Canton tonight, huh?
Oh, yeah. But
yeah.
Thanksgiving tomorrow. Got to
Got to be with the old family.
Go Lions.
And I think a foul on Schaller on the screen, yeah. Schaller was moving on the screen, so he gets nailed for a foul. 1:38 and counting to go in the game. 71-35. And, Bo and Delaney got to meet my kids. They came up here. They're standing here. Brantley was watching the JV game pretty well. He's going to start playing some hoops next year, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting back in there. Anyway, Kirkbride has the basketball, has it on the right wing, picks up his dribble, needs some help. Nice cut by Coleman. And Coleman can't finish right at the rim, but a rebound for the Trojans. That's Beaver. And playing ball inside. He's been quiet offensively. Not there, though. He got it to go. And he will go to the free throw line. This is the interesting thing. There's a minute to go and the clock is moving. And you never, in the JV game, Centerburg actually got fouled on an and one in the same situation. And the clock ran out, and he didn't get to shoot the free throw. They just started lining up.
Well, they were lucky, too, because they thought it was one shot. They thought it was two shots. The refs had no idea, and the clock ran out. No one had to make a decision.
Rebound there for Mustard. And now McDonald going inside. He wants to score the basketball again. Puts it up with the right hand. No. Got it again. Mustard throws it up, no good again. Mustard's got it again. This kid is relentless. In the lane, Mustard, right hand. Yep, a hook shot.
The double brick and rip.
73-38, 35-point game again. 22 seconds to go in this contest. And Rodebeck with a three, no good. Rebound McDonald. And
he's going to go back right back at it.
Is he going to go in there? He sure is, right against Schaller. And now kick back outside. Kirkbride, and now they're going to slow it down, Coleman.
Yep.
73-38. Auburn and Yellow Jackets win this one tonight. Big fashion. They win it by 35 points over the Centerburg Trojans. 73-38, a resounding opening season win for the Auburn and Yellow Jackets. Take this break and come back and share some final thoughts next here on WMBO.
1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community, offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
All right, back here at the Hive, it's the final, 73-38. And I'll tell you what, they don't waste any time clearing that clock, man. Nope. 73-38, a dominating win for the Auburn and Yellow Jackets. Look, they were only up by 9 at the end of the first quarter. And so you kind of felt like, all right, maybe Centerburg can get hot and get back in this ball game, but kudos to the Auburn and Yellow Jackets. In that second quarter, they outscored Centerburg 23-7. Centerburg's first field goal didn't come until the 1:24 mark of that quarter in the second quarter. And so for the Auburn and Yellow Jackets, as we mentioned before, you can clean up a lot of different things in your first game of the year.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is tonight, the Auburn and Yellow Jackets took care of business.
Yeah, they dominated offensively and defensively. And like I've touched on before, the defense worked into the offense worked into the defense. Like you said, putting up 73 points, you're going to win a lot of basketball games. And also holding your opponent to 38 points, you're going to win a lot of basketball games. So it'll be interesting to see if they become more of, an offensively dominant team or a defensively dominant team. But tonight, it was firing on all cylinders for the Yellow Jackets.
All right, well, that'll about do it. Wrap it up for us here. Don't forget Danville football Friday night on WMBO on the radio, and there's no live stream, but the video will come up at the conclusion of the ball game. Mm-hmm. And then our next basketball event is Monday night from the studio, Highland boys basketball, Centerburg girls basketball, and then we'll have boys basketball from Highland, Mount Vernon, and Highland on Tuesday night, and then Centerburg and Utica boys hoops on Wednesday night. But that'll do it for us here. Gary Cooper behind the camera, Delaney Kurtstetter behind the camera. We thank them for their work because we're not allowed to touch the camera stuff.
No, never.
That's not how it works.
Never.
So we appreciate their work and all that they do for us here, and we'll be catching up with them here in the coming days. I heard Delaney's doing the game by herself on Tuesday. That's what I heard. And she's like, dun, dun, dun. It's going to be fun from Highland High School. But Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction, and also thanks to Griffin Insurance, Pizza Cottage, New Directions, some of our great sponsors here as the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets a dominating win here tonight over the Centerburg Trojans by a final score of 73-38. Drive safe, be safe. We'll talk with you coming up after the Thanksgiving holiday Friday night.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
It will be Danville and Jeromesville, Hillsdale from Shelby for a chance to play in the state championship game in Division 7 in high school football.
And to go to Canton, baby.
Go to Canton. Woo! Are you going to be at that game?
I actually didn't think about it.
Right,
I was up there for the Open Doors Bowl when Marietta played. I'm thinking about going back.
All right, there you go. If you see Bo, he's signing autographs for $10.
Yeah, I'll have a big WMVO sign on my chest.
WMVO. Thanks for joining us.